Hello everybody, welcome to episode 2 of the Digimon Version Revival series here. We got the Version Revival right here. As you know, it's basic brick, basic old brick. But this brick has some hidden secrets, unlike some of the other bricks you may have know about, or that are currently releasing, or about to be releasing. Yeah, weird world of Bandai, isn't it? That the more advanced brick is the one that's not being talked about. But to be honest, this is still very close to the original 20th so far. I will say one of the best advantages of the Version Revival so far, if we're talking about any comparisons, it is the pooping factor. Pooping is decreased so much that it is so nice. So this guy does still wake up at 7. Like, it still has a lot of the other functions of the original device. I think the other main difference is if you just go in here, you can freeze them. See, like that. Yeah, freezing. That's a thing in this device. Will I use it? No, but it's cool. Yeah, if anyone's curious about that, this little menu here, that is wake up, and that one's go to sleep. So, or on and off, depending on how you view it. Sometimes people view it like that. The sleeping animations are still adorable as all heck on this device. Heck. Sorry. The sleeping animations on this device are all adorable as heck still, so hopefully y'all enjoy some cute animations. I'll be posting one of those sleeping photos today. So if you'll follow me on whichever platform, you'll see the photos. Even on YouTube, because I am actually posting some of the photos on YouTube. So yeah, y'all get some photos today. But besides Mr. Agumon here, who is looking fabulous, by the way. I need to work on his stats there, as you see. He's not doing the greatest on our stats buffing right now. But other than that, he's actually doing pretty okay. I did learn that the B button does not work for training, so don't try that. So if anyone's curious, let's see if I know some new Digimon fans might be watching this, so I will actually mention this. Let's talk about the little stat bumps here. So on the still stats menu, you have your Agumon. It tells you what the name in Japanese. We got his age and weight. He's currently 20 grams or whatever the heck weight requirements they use in Japan. And then of course we have his age, which is 0. And of course there's his hunger bar. It's full currently. There's his strength bar. It's full currently. And then this is effort. To gain effort, you need to do 4 trainings to make 1 effort heart. So we've already done some trainings today. I don't know how many I've done so far. But to get an effort heart, you need to do 4 trainings. And depending on which evolution you want, you will have to do the training up to 16 times. So yeah, one of those type of things where you're like, yeah, you gotta keep up with this. You gotta keep up with that. See, like, we got 2 of them there. Here, I'll show off how to get an extra heart here, because, like, why not? So we're gonna do this real quickly. We're gonna do our little button mashing session here. Look at that, we got nice little triangles. The triangles, they're the common ones. We also got some claws. So you know what, I do appreciate that they showed both sides of the animation there with the little shooting attack. So yeah, our boy is doing well. He's doing swell. He's doing everything well. And from this point onwards, we can actually do battles, but I usually don't recommend that for rookie stages. The only time I ever recommend doing battles as a rookie is on the original bricks. And that's just because it actually helps your statistics if you do that better when evolving. So in older devices, like in the oldest example devices, I always recommend battling when they're younger, because it's all about statistics. In these modern devices, you only need 12 out of 15 wins to get that evolution on that specific evolution. Yeah, they don't really carry over most of the time. So I'll be honest, I don't really recommend it. The only time I really kind of will recommend doing whatever battle stuff is just on the evolution. These modern devices are really simple on that fact, but I still enjoy them. There's something very nice to them all. So we did just do all 4 battles there. There we go, that 3rd heart there, and 4 trainings, I should say. But yeah, so as long as you do 4 trainings, you get an effort heart, and that's pretty much it. Besides that, though, when you do start up this device, on the day he becomes rookie, you are actually not on this main screen here. When you start up the device on the day he evolves into rookie, for your first Digimon here, it surprises you. It's like, you're like, huh, what's going on? And then it's like, he has a brother! yes, you can run another Digimon on here. So we're going to do that. So we're going to hit A and B. This is A, B, and that's C. So we're going to hit A and B on this one. And there we go. We got some eggs. So we got our boy, well, what is it? See, you got the version 1 egg, version 2 egg, version 3, version 4, version 5, and then it takes you back to version 1. So yeah, there's nothing too crazy going on with this device and all of its fun eggs here. But we're going to pick this one out right now. So there you go. Got a nice simple evolution path going for us. And you cannot, or you actually can move on this one, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, there you go. You got cool little animations there. Them like chilling out and whatever. Look at that, happy Agumon. He's like, oh yeah, get a brother now. And we're like, yeah, Agumon. He's becoming the Aguman. So yeah, we're just going to have a good old time with that. But besides that, our boy Agumon's doing pretty well off. I do think in the next episode, I'll probably connect him to another device and have him all set up for battling. So hopefully we have a battling partner on one of the other devices here. Which, I don't know if we should check that. I might check that later on. Because, a friend was nice enough to answer a question for me. You can't unlock the version eggs on this device. So basically, this takes the role of the version A or B egg. Specifically, this version here is taking place of the version B egg. So there you go, got our Punimon there. Look at Punimon, he's adorable! It's Punimon! But, of course, we're going to give him some foods here. You can do a little middle feeding screen, but since we just filled up all of Agumon stats, we won't be able to show that off right about now. So, we'll just do feeds right here. So, yeah, there you go. Get some feeding in there. But, you also get middle screens for training! And here's the training thing. Yeah, it's just pattern recognition. If you actually keep up with the patterns, you can easily get away with this. So there you go. You see there? Pretty simple. Oh, he actually beat us that time. So the patterns actually might be different on this device. I don't know that fully. Like I said, this is the first time I've been kind of actually messing around with this device fully. So yeah, there you go. I figured out that pattern pretty quickly. But yeah. It is very easy pattern recognition, and to be honest, these devices are way more formulaic than the original Brick game. Because that little middle training section there is actually based off the original Digital Monster training game. So if you got really good at that, then yeah, this is going to be like a walk in the park for you. It's even easier on the original 20th. I don't know about this device. It seems already pretty easy overall. And look at that. We got poop on the screen. Clean off that poop. And look, one happy, both are happy. They're friendship now. These guys are the bestest of bros. They are now together forever, and I love them for that. Let's see, will they get on the screen together? Ah, come on. Ah, come on. Ah, they don't do the full thing like the original, what was it, like Pendulum 20th. On the Pendulum 20th, they would both come together on the screen, and they'd be like high-fiving each other and everything. Like, they'd be like, oh yeah, bro. Yeah, this device does not do that. You get some interactivity with them. Like, they're cool with each other, but they're not high-fiving like true bros. And of course, to scroll between them, you just use the C button. And the C button is not selected on anything, because if you had that selected and then do that, it won't do anything. So you actually have to have the C button not selected on anything to scroll around. And scrolling is actually pretty smooth. It's not that bad. Especially compared to like the original version, which was a little bit choppy. So, you know what? Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. But yeah, if you connect this guy here, and same goes for the original 20th if you own a version A or B. But if you connect it to one of the later version E, or whatever later versions are, the C, D, and E, you gain access to a special egg. So this will get you the Dorumon egg, and that's a way to kind of just get that connection pathway out of the way. So, cool little tidbit there. You do get those nice little, like, connection points here. So there you go. There's 3 connections. 3 ways to get that Dorumon egg. And fun fact, let's just say you have 5 awesome friends, or you're like me and have a hoarding problem with these devices, and you just, per se, have another one, and then one more, which I do have one more. It's somewhere around. Don't question how many of these devices I own. I own a lot of these things. But yeah, if you own enough of these devices and you have 5 connections, you will unlock a full-on extra egg. So, for those curious, you just need a 20th device and a version, or you can use a version R. So, version R, or you can use a original Pendulum 20th here. So, depending on which pathway you want to take, as long as you get 5 connections for your device, so either you have 5 awesome bros, or you have a shopping addiction to Digimon, like I do here, yeah, you can get all your bros in line, get them all in order, and just, bam, there you go. Nice and easy. That's easy, breezy, beautiful. That's a CoverGirl shot right there. Like, y'all don't understand how much of a CoverGirl shot that is. But let's say you don't have that many bros, but you just want that free egg. Yeah, simple way of doing that. Just buy one of the other later versions. There's a whole guide on Humilus's website for the on this. So if you look up the Digimon version 20th and like look up version egg exclusives or whatever, yeah, they will show you which device you want to go for to actually unlock at least the original version A or B rosters. So, for example, these devices here are the later rosters that will actually unlock for a version 1 egg. So as long as you connect these devices to a version 1, they will unlock an egg, and your beautiful version 1 device here will also unlock an egg. So yeah, you get some cool, awesome like extras there, and with just 1 connection. Now, if anyone's curious, you do not get any cool connections from this device here. So, sorry about that, y'all. This is also a version 1, technically. Even though both these are different from each other, they will not have that compatibility with the Doraemon egg. So, sorry about that, y'all. So, yeah. Your boy does need that little bit of care. Let's get up that poop, though. So, as you already see, poop does stack up a little bit more quickly once you have 2 of them on your screen. But to be honest, it is way more manageable on this device than it is on all the original 20s. Seriously, I love these devices. As you can probably tell, I own too many of them and a horrible shopping addiction to them. And I'm going to buy the new ones, too, when they come out, because you know I'm that level of crazy. But, yeah, these guys had a huge pooping problem. Like, it's non-stop pooping, and you just kind of have to accept it. So, hopefully you like cleaning up poop if you don't go for version R. These version 20s are still cool, and there's actually an easy way to get around the poop situation by just keeping the poop on the screen. So, yeah, if you're okay with poop on your screen, then you know what to do. There's ways around your problems. But yeah, as long as you get those 5 connections, or just connect to a later Wave 2, you will unlock some special eggs. For those curious, on this device here, for our run, we will be unlocking the anime Gabumon egg. So, since we have a nice gray brick here, instead of the nice, like, reddish, brownish brick, instead of cool anime Agumon egg, we get anime Gabumon! So, yeah! So, yeah, y'all get ready for that. We got some Agumon action here, and look at that. That boy's gonna get excited. And for those of y'all worried about Omnimon or whatever, you can actually still access Omegamon on this device. Still pretty easily. Even if you already have friends, then you can just Jogress with your friends. But let's say you only like meet them up every once in a while. Then there is ways around that Omnimon situation, or Omegamon, or whatever you want to call them. And we'll talk about that later. We'll get to that point later on in the series. But for now, we're chilling with our boys. Our boys are good. And that's pretty much what's going on here. So let's see, does one of them need food or anything? Let's see. So we're going to show off a meal combo here. So if you actually do a meal between them, they will share a giant piece of meat. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty cool. You can also do the same with a pill. So there you go. Get a cool little pill animation. And that's just it. It's a quick, convenient way to feed them. And just a nice way to getting them around the areas. So this device, I think, does support overfeeding, or at least the original 20th did. I don't know if we'll be going for any evolutions that will require overfeeding, but you technically can get an overfeed in this device. Overfeeding is when you feed them, like, up to their maximum weight, and, like, they'll tell you, like, no, 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 no. Yeah, like, they'll... But as you see there, he did accept the food. So I'm going to assume overfeeding is still in this device. So don't be shocked when our boy gets chunky and fat. I'm kidding. They won't do that. The training on this device is so nice and easy. I will complain about this with some Tamagotchi devices. In the factoid of, sometimes y'all's minigames are long in Tamagotchis. Like, I love the V3, I love a lot of the connections, but, oh boy, I'll be sitting down gaming when I'm playing some of those minigames. Like, it's like a Game & Watch minigame, and I just can't pry away from myself. Like, they do have endings, but, like, when it takes almost, like, a minute to complete each game, it does kind of get in the way. Compare it to something like this, where you can just be like, spam the button! And there you go, there's your boy. And that works out really nicely. I know that seems a bit simplistic, and, like, I still would love to have Digimon, like, explore more options in terms of training and, like, battles. Look at Sunomon! But I would love to have a bit more options and variety in Digimon. I think the Tamagotchi Paradise had it kind of the best, where you were offered that minigame variety, and it could have been long and short. Like, that's the main thing. You just need that variety factor into your devices, and you just need to have that, like, sort of entertaining way to keep this going. And I've seen devices that made, like, battles, like, a bit tedious, for example. Trying to think which device does that pretty badly. Trying to think, ooh, which device makes battles super tedious? We'll take, like, the Mushi King, for example. Mushi King isn't a bad device. It's a really awesome device, and I really recommend it to anyone. But, like, if you're not in the mood for long stay battles and, like, very strategic input, then yeah, that device kind of will get on your temper a little bit sometimes. I love the strategic element of that whole device. But let's say if you're just wanting to, like, hop in and be like, my boy needs this, and it's just this, yeah, that's kind of nice. Because sometimes you just don't have time to, like, mess around with that. As an adult of society, sometimes you just don't have time to, like, mess with your little dino boy the correct way. And I'm sorry to my little dino boy. I mean, I guess that's the whole purpose of the pill. But, like, that makes them fat. And then, of course, you still need effort hearts, because the pill don't give effort hearts. So, yeah, that's one of those things where you're like, I'm glad to have short versions of training. And it's not like they don't give you another option. Like, you still get this game here, the pattern recognition. So, it's like, this device is already better than a lot of other Digimon. So, like, props to Bandai for that whole effort. There you go, see? Yeah, pattern recognition is probably a bit easy, but still, like, that's pretty much it. Like, it's nice. It's nice in that weird sense. Overall, though, this is kind of the end of today's little episode here. We have our boys all set up. We have Sunomon. We have Agumon. They're doing good. They're doing amazing. And, yeah. So, that's pretty much all I have to say for these guys. And, I am posting photos on other platforms and YouTube as well. So, depending on where you follow me or watch me, you can see pictures of these wonderful digital boys. Besides that, we'll be back in again tomorrow for another awesome digital update from these guys. So, hopefully you all enjoy all the fun we've had here today. And, thank y'all for watching. So, I'm gonna go mess around with Sunomon and Agumon because they're the boys. I'm excited for these boys. And I purposely picked these guys because, like, the potential ending is already good for me. Woo-hoo-hoo! But yeah, so we're going to mess around with these guys and have fun. So, I'll see everyone later. Bye, y'all.